Alright guys, welcome back to the TheCombustionGamer YouTube channel and NASCAR Heat 5 with our Florida racing team here in the Xfinity series. Hunt Brothers Pizza back on the car. And let's see what we can do lap time wise. We've got a pretty loose setup on the car here at Kansas. Kansas drives a lot different than Charlotte, so we're going to see how well it does. Alrighty. Car not doing too bad. Feels pretty good all things considered. Let's put our qualifying lap in and see what we do. Alright, I got a 1 lap to get this done here. Always forget how tight turn 1 is. Going into turn 1 is really tight there. Had to get out of it there, kind of washed up to the wall, so that's probably going to lose us quite a bit of time. Kansas has never been one of my favorites, I don't think. I mean, we do decent here sometimes, but not typically one of my favorites in NASCAR Heat 5, so we'll see how we do here. We got Texas up next, and of course Martinsville, and we definitely need to have a good run before Martinsville. Actually starting 15th. Alright, that is not too bad at all. Definitely take that and see who's up here. We got Ryan Sieg, Daniel Hemrick, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Chase Briscoe, Alex Bay, Mike Arnett, Brandon Brown, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, and others. A lot of strange names up here towards the front, so a lot of people getting some speed later on into the season. Rather interesting. So Noah Gregson and Allgaier, they are out. Justin Haley, Harrison Burton, they are in, along with Cindric, Briscoe, and I forget who else, but we'll see who we're racing around here. Car felt decent, so we're going to go with it and see how the car handles. Starting 14th, so somebody had a penalty there. So let's head out to the track and see what we can do at Kansas.
Welcome to the round of 8 at Kansas Speedway. It's time to see who can lock their way into the Final Four, or who will get a point deficit that nobody can climb out of without a win. Let's get ready to go racing here at Kansas.
Alright guys, here we go, racing here on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel once again. Let's see if we can lock our way in. Jeffrey Earnhardt ended up having optical problems with the car, and so had to go further to the back. And now we don't have to worry about racing with Allgaier or Gregson in the playoffs. Someone's super slow up here. We're going to dive on down and get past whoever that is. 24 looks like he's super slow. Maybe it's Bilecki or Brown that's causing that slow up, but somebody really slow on the outside line, able to gain some spots here. Alright, car a little bit on the tight side, rolling up the track. We got Chastain coming from the bottom. See what we can do here. We got 26 laps once again, so similar strategy as Charlotte, but I think the track surface is a little bit smoother, so we'll see how well the tires do. Car not liking the progressive banking too well at the moment. So take a look at that as we work to get around some of these people. Try and let off the throttle a little bit more. See if that helps us out. A little bit better, a little bit better. Getting a bump from Allgaier. We got Briscoe up there leading. Ford would definitely like to see all 3 Fords in the championship. So we might be able to oblige our manufacturer with that, but we'll have to wait and see. Car actually feeling pretty fast, all things considered. Really liking how it's handling right now. Off throttle, back to throttle right now. There we go. So what we're gaining on the straightaway with drafting, we're definitely losing a little bit there in the turn. So we got to work on that just a little bit. All right, getting past the 11. Back off throttle. On throttle. We're not doing too bad here. Taking a look at who's around us. We got Hades and Brandon Jones. They're all racing. LeBay is not part of that. Cindric is, though. And I don't think Sieg is. Maybe Sieg is. I keep forgetting if Sieg is in or out. Getting a little bit of a bump there from the 11. Oop, only hit the wall there because I wasn't paying attention for ever so slightly of a second. Side damage, not what we want. Brandon Jones giving us a push to move us up the track. Gonna side draft him down the straight. And he's going to try and clear himself. There we go, getting to Justin Haley. That's going to send those two playoff guys towards the back. Try to clear himself off my nose there. Not a good idea. That's going to send them further back, which we definitely don't mind. But now we've got to get back into trying to get back to the front here. Alright, get into the draft here, see what we can do. Putting a lot of wear and tear on our tires here, and that's only 6 laps in. So what's the tire lap rate? That's going to be the question to figure out. As we race around here at Kansas. 20 laps remaining, so I know Texas we can do pretty good at. We've been good at Texas before. Kansas not so much, so if we can get away with a top 10 here at Kansas, that would definitely be a pretty good day for us, all things considered. Would like a win, but if we can just come away with top 10 with how many playoff points we already have, that really is not a bad day, all things considered. Are you still in the playoffs? Okay, Herbst is still in the playoffs. Good to know. Try and block him a little bit as he's trying to spin us out here. Oh, gonna get into him, and there's a wreck in front of us as well. Lots of smoke up there, no caution with all that contact. Huge oil going down on the backstretch. Amazingly, nobody is spinning out at the moment. That's Alex the Bay, and it looked like our guy was out of it there as well for a second, which had been 3 races in a row if he'd blown up. Alright, now we're in 10th. We got front and side damage for sure, thanks to Herbst. Herbst actually recovered pretty decently there, but he kept trying to spin us down the tri-oval, and then kind of ended up getting caught there and hit the sidewall, came back down, and ended up hitting him. So that's just how that works. Tires going away here. Should be able to make it around one more lap. So what we're going to definitely do is we're definitely going to go down on the wedge and move that tension to the rear of the car, and try and get a little less wear and tear on that front right tire, because that's going to really help us out if we can make that run a little bit longer there. Alright, we're losing spots here. Yeah, we're going to be really low on that right front tire, so we got to come this time, no matter what. Alright, go ahead and take 4 tires, all of that, going down on the wedge. We're also going to lower that right rear tire pressure there, a pretty good deal. We'll go ahead and go up on the tape. Whole car feels, no, we're going to leave the tape where it is, because we're going to make all these other adjustments, leave the tape the same. That way we don't have too many variables that we have to think about at the moment. Alright, we got 17.6. We do have some damage. I'm going to think we probably got penalized there potentially, but we do have quite a bit of front nose and side damage there, so we're going to see here. Hopefully we didn't get a speeding penalty. We shouldn't have. Yep, just damage. Okay, good. That's what I figured, but I wasn't totally sure. Alright, what is everyone else doing? Alright, nobody else is coming to pit road yet. They're able to save their tires there. A pretty good deal, it looks like. Okay, now we got leaders pitting. Alright, so we went down on the wedge. We got someone else smoking, putting tons of oil on the track once again. No caution from NASCAR. As per usual, we are 35th, and I'm pretty sure we're like a lap down or something. Alright, so we changed up our wedge. We got more tension towards the rear end of the car than the front. So hopefully that can help us out a little bit with how much pressure we're putting up there on the right front there. I think Jesse Little made it into this. I'm not totally sure. Let's see here. Yes, he did. So he is competing for the playoff spot. Doesn't look like he's having a super good day today, though. So I think he's about 32nd or something in the back, so that's unfortunate. Alright, can we beat some of these guys off pit road? That's going to be the question here. If we do, how many? Ooh, spots clicking off there, clicking off, nice and easy in the corner. Car feels a little bit better in the corner, gotta say, with that wedge adjustment. We'll definitely like that. Alright, back to 14th. Not too bad. We got a pretty good... Someone hitting the wall there. That's huge. Okay, 14 laps remaining. Alright, let's go ahead take... We're going to not take any tires. We're going to take fuel here. Make sure we got 14 laps of fuel. And we're going to take... I like how the car felt there, so we're going to take off a little... We're going to put a little bit of tape on to give us a little bit more aerodynamic. And that's going to put us 23rd. Not too bad. But we have pretty new tires. We could have probably taken a set. But I felt with how soon it happened afterwards, I didn't want to do that quite yet. Alright, here we go. We got 10 laps remaining. Can we make it all the way to the end? That's going to be the question. So we got a little bit of tape on the nose. That should give us maybe a little bit more speed. Alright, now we got front end damage thanks to Seek checking up on us. Get out of the way. Come on, dude. Out of the way. Alright, we got Cindric up there leading once again. Alright, and oop, Herp's hitting us. Locking Gregson there, going to be down low. 9 laps remaining here at Kansas. Getting a push from Gregson. Gregson's helping us out. Trying to get to the bottom here so he can't help us out. Alright, there's a go. Cindric up there. We got 2 cars on pit road. Not sure who those are. Haven't seen Briscoe in a hot minute. Yeah, I think Briscoe might have been out of it due to a mechanical failure, so that's a bummer. Ooh, getting pinched. Did not like that, that's for sure. As I said, top 10. We don't have to push for anything much more than that, but if we can get a top 10, that would be huge for us. So that's where I'd like to finish, somewhere in the top 10 here. So we don't have to push super hard, but I definitely want to be up somewhere. Justin Haley up there leading, so him and Cindric fighting over it. If Haley can get himself locked in, that's going to be really big for Haley. But I think Cindric's going to try and take him. And it's Cindric back to the lead there. We're currently 6th. Alright, we're going to get a push here from our guy. Going to try and stay in front of him to continue to get that push. Off throttle, we got the... Who is this? The 5? Yeah, it's the 5. Got Gregson coming underneath. Our guy block him. Don't need him in front of us right now. Alright, we got the 5 car here in 5th. Try not to hit that line too hard, or else we'll spin out. Just trying to block Gregson and try to get underneath this 5 here as we can. Gregson, ooh, aggressive Gregson there. Yep, on the apron. Not gonna work, not gonna work, not gonna work. As I said, as long as we can finish in the top 10, that's good. I gotta remind myself of that. Ooh, tires not where we want. That right front's getting eaten alive. We will have to pit. Yep, that right front's cooking. It is cooked beyond belief. Should have taken right side tires. I don't think that would have helped us out any. It would have given us maybe an extra lap, but that would have been about it. Yeah, we have cooked that right front tire beyond belief, so that thing is... Oop, hit the wall. Now we got side damage, of course. Cindric getting away with that, so Cindric should lock himself in. Ah, we're getting spun by the 44. Eee. We have to come by this time. Tire is not going to last much longer. We don't need anything, just need to get right side tires on the car. Bummer. That is a bummer. Alright, right side tires, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And we're going to have a penalty too. Yep, came in too fast, got a holding penalty. But that right side tire was not going to last long enough for us to get anything done there. Alright, by my best estimate should be Cindric. 1 lap to go right now. Yeah, they might have just taken the checkered flag, not totally sure. But there was no way we were making it around again without tires. That was not going to work out for us. Which is a bummer. So we finished 34th, not what we needed for this first opening round. Yeah, we got 2 laps remaining. Cindric should be taking the checkered flag right now. There he goes. So Cindric locked into the final 4, and hopefully we can get that done at Texas. But yeah, that right front tire is just getting eaten absolutely alive, and we were going to end up blowing that before we hit multiple laps to go. So that's a bummer. Had a good car though. The car was really fast, just tire getting eaten alive, and that was just not going to work for us out ultimately in the end. Alright, so we finished at 1 lap down. Unfortunately, Just Little didn't have much of a better day for his position either, so that's a bummer. Austin Cindric locks his way in. Justin Haley has a really good day. We got Riley Herbst, good day for him. Brandon Jones, decent day for him as well. Along with Chase Briscoe, able to make his way back up to 12th there. Looking at the playoff standings, that keeps us, though, in 2nd with the most points, so we are +7 on the cut line, along with Harrison Breton and Brandon Jones. Chase Briscoe dropped down to -6, and Jesse Little is -22, so he's got to work on that. But Austin Cindric is locked in to the final 4, so really good day for the Fords overall, and hopefully Chase Briscoe can get those points to get back up here. Anyways, that is it for us here today. Most laps led there by Austin Cindric. On the move was Jeffrey Earnhardt, 35th to 9th. So if he had stayed in the playoffs, he would have had a decent run here. Tough break, Alex DeBay, 4th to 36th. Bad day for him. And then, of course, the super clean lap of the race set by Brandon Jones. Anyways, that is it for us today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you guys here next time on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel and Florida Racing. Bye-bye.